Hey everyone, so really excited to be bringing you this interview with the winner of our Alpha Inaugural tournament. But first off, if you guys haven't heard about Rev Racing or haven't seen any footage, let me just show you this trailer from our game. So there you are. That was a little teaser from the Alpha Inaugural game, the tournament that we had from the 11th to the 17th of August. $150,000 worth of Rev prizes to be won, and here we have Andrew, who was the winner of the tournament. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Very good, very good. First of all, congratulations on the big payday.
Thank you. Hoping to make it happen again here in a few hours.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so right now we're right towards the end of the Tower tournament. We've got the YGG tournament coming up as well. Why don't you give everyone who's watching a little introduction about yourself and where you're from and kind of how you got into the whole thing?
Yeah, so I'm from Florida. I've played pretty much all the popular racing games growing up since I was a kid. But in terms of like the NFT space and all that, I got my start in NBA Top Shot last summer, and then I think in February or so there was a couple other projects that people were talking about, and I kind of just dabbled in a couple of them. But in terms of Rev Racing, I saw a tweet from LG Doucette from the First Mint about Rev Racing. I guess you guys did an interview or something during the First Mint Fest. I didn't get to see that, but I saw the tweet, and I'd heard about a couple other NFT racing games out there, like Delta Time and Crypto Motors and a couple others. I figured I was too late for Delta Time, so I didn't want to start there. But I saw a video that LG posted on Twitter about Rev Racing, and that you could actually like control the car completely. And yeah, it kind of just went from there. I saw the post on Medium, and there's $150,000 on the line, so I was like, oh, why not? I'll give it a shot. Super addicting, and yeah, I just kept chasing up the leaderboards, and I ended up winning it.
That's super exciting. I mean, you did an incredible job. I think everyone's been saying it. Yeah, like how how consistent you've been. I've seen some stuff on Twitter. Here's obviously some footage from the game. This is not you driving, of course. I think in the in the tournament, I think across the week you guys found some tricks with cutting the grass and how you had to take advantages of little things to kind of go fast. How long did you actually play the game for, and how many hours did you put into it?
So for the tournament, I probably ran my own car. I want to say at least 300 times. It was a good amount. I knew how much the prizes were worth, and I think it cost about $1 to play after your 20 free tries were up. So I figured, spend a couple $100 to get potentially $12,000. It was worth the investment and the time. And yeah, it was crazy. Like, I would go to bed and I would wake up the next morning. So I go to bed in like the top 5 or in the lead, and I'd wake up and I'd be like 20th or something. And it's just like, okay, someone found some speed somewhere. I gotta, hit the track and see where I can find out where they found the speed. But I was actually talking to some people during the tournament in the chat, and everyone was super helpful. We posted some videos and screenshots about certain lines to take. Didn't give away all the secrets, but we, gave away some things that, you should probably find out on your own anyway. So yeah, it was a really great time. And with the track changes for this tournament, I'm spending just as much rev and time trying to figure it out again.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like with the Tower tournament, for those you don't know, if you played the Alpha tournament, the effective grass actually wasn't huge. So you could effectively cut the grass, cut the gravel, and still kind of make up a lot of time. With what we've done for the tower tournament, we've actually increased the effects more. So now there's a larger penalty, let's say, to running on the grass or running in the gravel. And that's something that we're going to continue to update and make some balance changes as we move forward into the YGG tournament as well. So you said you heard about Rev through LG via Twitter, and then how did you get into it? Did you do a lot of research on what we've done before, like with F1 Delta Time, or is that really the first place you went?
So I'd heard about F1 Delta Time a little bit, so I did a little bit of research there. But it's funny, I set some decent times pretty early on, and like in the first day or two. And so I read the article, so I knew about the hire a driver feature, and I actually got reached out to from a couple of the community mods who have a team, I guess, in F1 Delta Time too. And I got to talking with them, and they kind of gave me the rundown of how Rev works and all the different games that are on the platform and what's coming in the future and stuff. So yeah, they helped me out big time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's one thing that we've seen across over the last year, is that the community side of Rev is very strong, and we have a lot of very active players. We have a lot of active community members who are always willing to help, and you being one of them now, obviously, sharing your I guess your skills with a lot of the community members as well. So I guess just moving forward to let's say future tournaments and stuff like that, what updates do you want to see with the game and with the direction of Rev Racing?
In terms of the gameplay, I would think adding your splits. Like, I don't know if you play iRacing or not, but there's a feature in iRacing where you can have like a floating sector split where it will tell you if you're losing time or gaining time. That would be cool. Maybe a ghost car feature, that would be really cool too. And I guess the splits themselves, like when you're in an actual race, it takes for the best split from that current session. If you could have it, pull the data from your best sectors of all time, that would be kind of cool too. I know that upgrades to the cars are coming, so I'm really excited about that too. I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly, but any way you can make your car go faster, I'm definitely all about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the guys that have been with us the longest throughout F1's all time kind of know that with our, let's say, with the tiering system of the cars, there's always kind of, let's say, better rewards and better sort of bigger tournaments for the higher tiers and higher payouts for the higher tiers.
Okay.
So yeah, I think upgrades will be a very exciting feature. Being able to kind of hopefully fuse items and upgrade your car to level 2 or level 3, and then have tournaments that reflect that and payouts that reflect that as well. I think will be very exciting.
Cool.
So you said you touched on iRacing. So I assume that you've played or you've done a fair few, let's say, traditional racing games and racing. Do you have a sim set up at home as well? Or?
Yeah, I'm sitting in it right now. I got a whole Fanatec set up. Here's my wheel. I don't play it as much as I used to. I've been spending a lot of time playing Rev recently, and just doing NFT stuff in general. But I do a lot of the AI stuff. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, cool. I mean, iRacing is huge, right? And the community is huge.
Yeah,
and
it blew up the last few years for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think last year, especially, like the amount of people jumping into iRacing, some of the professional drivers, the Formula One drivers, all getting in quite seriously into iRacing was very exciting to see. And that's hopefully something that we'll be bringing to Rev Racing as well, is steering wheel support. I think we've been kind of saying that from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
That would be sick. Yeah. So, I know there's a lot of exciting features that we're trying to bring. Obviously, it's still very much in the alpha stage. But I think you'll see with the YGG tournament, again, we've made another step towards a more kind of full racing experience. But just want to ask you about yourself and your whole NFT journey. You said you got into it from NBA Top Shot.
Mhm.
How did you actually hear about NBA Top Shot? And how did you get into the world of NFTs?
Yeah, so I've been involved in the crypto space for 8 years or so now. So I had heard about CryptoKitties when that came out, and actually signed up on their website, but I never bought anything. And as you all might know, Top Shot was created by the people who made CryptoKitties, Dapper Labs. So I guess I was on their email list or something. So I got an email from them in the summer of 2019, and they had a link in the email to sign up for like an early access beta. So I subscribed to that email, and then I refreshed it probably every day to make sure I wasn't missing it, because I'm a huge basketball fan. I live in Orlando. I go to most Magic games every season. I watch all the games that I can't get to. So when I found out that collectibles and the blockchain were coming together, I was very excited about that. NBA collectibles. So, and I'm in terms of collecting stuff. I've been collecting stuff my whole life. I have Pokemon cards. I got parts from NASCAR race cars hanging up on the wall. So, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of came into the space in a very similar way. And actually, funny story, our chairman, Yatsu, who's, the chairman and co-founder of Animoca Brands, and Rev's obviously a part of Animoca Brands. Yat was an early investor into Dapper Labs.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Was good friends with Mick,
Oh, wow.
when they created CryptoKitties. So I think that's kind of the inception of CryptoKitties was really what set the whole thing off here at Animoca, and really kind of was the light bulb moment in Yat's mind where this is really the future. So obviously we with Rev we have the official license to make F1, Formula E, and MotoGP games. What other and actually speaking of NASCAR, we've Joey Logano is a part of our ecosystem. What other kind of categories of motorsport would you like to see as part of Rev?
Well, yeah, I mean, NASCAR would be great. Stock car racing in general would be really cool. I'm a big IMSA fan, so sports cars in general would be really neat. You kind of have that going with Rev Racing right now, though. Those cars are kind of like that. Drag racing would be cool, but I don't really know how that would work out. That'd be really interesting to see. But yeah, NASCAR would be at the top of my list for sure. When I found out about MotoGP, I asked about NASCAR in the chat there, and I didn't get it's happening, but I got the little eyes emojis on my messages, so I was like, oh, maybe they're trying to get NASCAR on board. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, we want to position ourselves as the motorsport platform and blockchain, right? And so anyone from like Joey's a kind of an integral part in our ecosystem. We're going to be doing a lot with Joey as we move forward. I don't know if you're a Joey fan or not.
I'm not, but that's still very cool. Still very cool.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll be doing more stuff definitely in the States. And potentially have a Rev Racing endurance race, which would be quite fun. I think that would be throw a spanner in the works there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I probably won't take up too much of your time. But if you want to, leave with any kind of parting words, and where people can kind of reach out to you and potentially hire you as a driver.
Yeah, so my social tags on pretty much every platform is iRacer77. So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord. So yeah, you can find me on there. There is a 3-way tie for first place in the Tower Tournament right now. So, and it ends in just over 5 hours. So I'll be up refreshing the leaderboard, making sure that I don't need to run again, because the time that we all posted is really good. There's time left out there for sure, but I probably won't find it tonight.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you. Hope you come away with some more silverware in this Tower tournament, and we'll see you in the YGZ tournament as well, I guess.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome, man. Andrew, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure, and see you on track.
Yep. See you, man.